Episode 119 of the FFdotnet podcast comes on time. Welcome aboard. I am Flameflash, your humble gaming dad. Behind me is a large assortment of boxes. We are in the process of packing to move, so we are likely going to see a lapse of at least 1 week without the podcast whenever that move actually occurs, just because, well, internets, yo. Kind of need them. Need internet access to be able to record the podcast. We'll see what can be done. We'll see what interruptions actually happen. But I put it out there right now that episode 121, 122 could be late. Just tossing it out there. What's a shame? Labor Day weekend's coming up. And we'll be moving, not gaming, for most of it, probably. Works as a way to not eat up vacation time, I suppose. But let's get to the Raptor report, shall we? It's kind of small this week. This week was a week of Mondays. For me. Hope it wasn't for the rest of you. Sims 3 gets fired up. Just long enough to look at it and go, I'm not feeling it tonight. I'd like to move some families to the new Paradise Island area. But if I do that, it's going to eat up all of my gaming time of just processing the moves. Not to mention the fact that I like to install key households, or a key paired household with the family that I had loaded at the time. So, skipped it. But Sims 3 is still fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I just need a faster system to be able to process some of those big file moves. Wii Fit Plus. It still shows up, and I'm still getting driven nuts by a low battery warning, even though I've been using this same set of batteries for this week. It was far too hot for a few days. Missed exercising on Monday, therefore. When it's too hot even in the morning, you know you've got a problem. But days following worked a bit more, or worked a bit better. But everybody was camping near the AC down here. And so I couldn't get in as much time as, say, I might have wanted or needed. Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. Well, the local game shop is being exceptionally evil because if they get 26 plus people to show up for Friday Night Magic, they're going to open a From the Vaults set, which has a really high dollar Jace card in it, and just let you pull. Each person gets to pull a card. Pick a card, any card, and pray you get lucky. I'm still not probably going. Getting my butt handed to me just isn't a satisfying experience when it's among people I don't know. Now, on Tuesday, I played some standard games and a commander game with friends. And even though the noob won, it was fun. And I'm sorry, sir, but you are still learning the game, so I get to call you a noob still. No, I'm not saying his name. He doesn't really have a handle, so I'll leave that be. It was fun though, because he was running a red Goblin Tribe commander deck. Another fellow was running an Elf Tribe commander deck, created by the same fellow. So we gave the new guy a mono red, the mono goblin. Just make it more straightforward. Armies of goblins everywhere! Because the commander happened to be Krenko. So, tap Krenko and he makes more Krenkos, little baby Krenkos. Lots of little goblins per every goblin that's currently out on the board. Holy crap! Lots of tokens. Now, Mr. Elf decided, hey, let's screw everybody else over so maybe I can go kill somebody by destroying all non-token creatures. All non-token permanents, actually. Well, that left him and the goblin deck with armies, but myself and the dragon deck without anything. Naturally, we got smushed. But Mr. Goblin had the army advantage. So he just marched along and squashed the elves. Goblins win this round. Civ 5 launches. I vaguely remember playing this very early in the week. As I said, it's been a week of Mondays. But it's Civ 5. I am currently recovering as the Russians from a war where I decimated my opponent, but moving all my troops home. I have a little home base area near my capital that you can't stack your units in Civ 5, but they're grouped up, they're clumped up. Probably not good strategically once I unlock nukes, but that's a ways away. So, recovering there, I think I got an achievement due to culture, just maxing out one of the culture trees. And it's still Civ 5, and it's still very, very good. I like the ideology change, but this game I'm actually not tapping it as heavily. And it's going pretty well. DuckTales Remastered shows up on the Raptor report, but I haven't got to play it yet. Yeah, week of Mondays. The son highly approves. Highly. Actually, they all do, but the oldest is, excuse me. The oldest is the one earning all the trophies at the moment, and all I'm hearing are good things. So I'm really looking forward to finally getting to play it. World of Warcraft. And then there were 3. 3 different 90s, that is. My druid, my shaman paired, and now my warlock, who is now an officer in the guild he's in, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Nobody seems to get the memo that I'm a bad luck to become an officer in a guild. Right now I'm an assistant GM on my druid's guild that is doing an extremely slow die. It's just extremely slow crawl towards death. I had attempted to resurrect it, but that whole takeover from Guildmaster thing didn't pan out. He finally shows up and then doesn't do anything. So I'm probably leaving that guild pretty soon. But in this one that my warlock is in, some interesting characters. Very focused at the moment on getting guild achievements, leveling the guild. It's going to be interesting to see what happens once it hits 25. I'm very curious to see what happens. Leveling my warlock, because he got recruited at like 88. It's been nice to be so helpful to some random guild. Just gaining experience for them. Cool. It works. But that was it for the Raptor report. as I said, a week of Mondays. I shouldn't have even included DuckTales Remastered, but it's tempting me that much. But what about everything else? Well, FlameFlash.net is currently having a Humble Bundle code giveaway contest. So, you stop by, you tell me why I'm absolutely crazy to be giving away the codes that I'm giving away. It's for the first-person shooters. I have no interest in first-person shooters. But if you do, write in podcast@flameflash.net, and if you're the most awesome writer and proponent of this particular game, you get the code. If you're the only one, you get the code. But just let me know, nice and straightforward, which one I'm absolutely crazy to not be playing and activating. Now, I am hanging on to the Mirror's Edge, the Paradise, Burnout Paradise, and now the Populous and Command and Conquer. So, I'm getting a good deal out of this, too. A little bit over $4, and I got 4 games. Win! Burdens of Shaohao, Part 5, The Shattering, came out on Monk of Mists, so I want to give that a call out. There's a lot of content coming to Monk of Mists in the next day or so, so stay tuned. Siege of Orgrimmar release date has been announced, September 10th. So if you haven't finished what you want to of the Battlefield Barons, now is the time to do so. I have. Maybe I'll go and do it on this new 90, but I'm going quite well. So I think I'll probably just work on getting my Cloud Serpent rep and my Tiller's rep up on this new 90 so I can unlock another farm and have potentially 3 full farms running for Pandaren Mets when they're so desired. The Hearthstone, the Blizzard Hearthstone World of Warcraft collectible card game, digital, is now live. If somebody happens to have a spare beta key lying around, I certainly wouldn't mind. But otherwise, I wait patiently and excitedly, just like everybody else so far. Reaper of Souls for Diablo 3 was announced at Gamescom. Not sure which. Con, I think. The announcement trailer looks absolutely amazing. The Angel of Death. But the Crusader class is what I'm more looking forward to. I really like the Monk. But having basically a Paladin, a healing buff Paladin, I like that better. Staying in the PC world, so we'll transition away from Blizzard. How about Awesomenauts Starstorm Kickstarter? Now, I have never, I don't think, promoted a Kickstarter before, but Awesomenauts is, well, pretty awesome. So it's worth going and grabbing. And you can do that by donating, or by pledging $15 to the expansion's Kickstarter. In fact, if you already have Awesomenauts, you get a spare license code to hand out somewhere else. That's pretty cool. Now, okay, so we have the Origin Humble Bundle, and now Origin is humbly saying, we are extremely sorry for the SimCity screw-up earlier this year. Please forgive us. From now on, you may return digitally downloaded games within a certain amount of time, of course. So if it's not absolutely awesome quality, return it to us, air quotes, and get refunded. Not too bad. A Sims 4 first look is hiding out on, YouTube, but I had some comments to go with it on FFdotnet. The building, the customization of the Sims looks absolutely incredible. You use this, your mouse, and you slide it along, say pull out the nose, push in the nose, make the chin wider, all with your mouse. Now, I don't know if in the trailer it just wasn't super responsive yet. It's a game in progress. But I definitely need to see how this game works before investing in another Sims. Likewise, the gameplay just wasn't there in the trailer. So, sitting back and waiting. I withhold any other judgment, except for the fact that the marketing people that picked out what to highlight, I don't feel were very bright. Oh, that's right. Sony has announced that the PlayStation 4 release date is officially November 15th in the United States. November 15th. Just in time for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. What's everybody staring at me for? Oh, that's right. Lamenting the fact that it's going to get crazy. Because the X1 is going to be coming out this year too, isn't it? PlayStation side, the PS4 owners, buyers, get 2 weeks of PlayStation Plus for free. It's a free trial. So who knows if you're already a Plus subscriber, if you actually get that 2 weeks or not tacked onto your account. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But Plus, again, as I was saying, is something you'd be crazy not to get. Crazy. Crazy, man. PlayStation 4 controllers on the offset will be coming out in black, red, and blue. Now, the blue and red are coming out a little bit later in North America, but I will probably do what I did last time and get a blue controller for just me. Pray they at some point release a green controller, and then the kids get a secondary black controller. Potentially I get a fourth controller that's also blue, just to support full 4-player action. Oh yeah, the Vita price drop by $50. Now, last Christmas, Red Flare was absolutely amazing and got me this wonderful little device on the cheap from Amazon. I've already gone through this for the most part before. It's a highly recommended device. Highly. Especially if you're planning on getting a PlayStation 4. Because then it will act like a Wii U. Wii U! Oh, sorry. Dreaming of DuckTales. And you can play it anywhere. It's your second screen for the PlayStation 4. Which is awesome. So, venturing out of the world of gaming into technology, we look at LavaBit, which is a venture. It is a email service provider, think Hotmail from back in the day. And they said, nope, we're shutting down. We're done. We cannot participate in the United States economy based on the United States government. But it shut themselves down because they were getting too many government requests. Now, the government has turned around and said, oh no, you don't. You don't get to shut down your own business because we want information from you, which is the entire reason why he was shutting it down in the first place. I really hope this one comes out in LavaBit's favor, just because it's really sad that they're shutting down just because they don't want the government peeking into their windows. Speaking of which, proper channels for whistleblowers don't work. Now, your loved and true Flame Flash is getting ready to nod off. So, go fire up the show notes on this one. Enjoy. This poor soul used to make buku bucks. Buku! And now he works as an Apple Store genius. No offense, but the wages he earned as for the government were far greater than whatever he could have earned in State Farm for now. Like Bradley Manning, sentenced to 35 years, gets the potential for parole and 7. All, for want of a better word, trying to give better words but last but not least, we'll end on a high note. Ben Affleck has been announced as Batman for Man of Steel 2. I reserve judgment. I wash my hands of it. I'm curious what everybody else thinks about it, but I'm fairly neutral when you consider Michael Keaton was a Batman. And the fellow who played the lead role of the Saint was a Batman. Kind of crazy. And your Flame Flash is nodding off. So I will sign off. Podcast at FlameFlash.net. Remember the contest. Twitter at FlameFlash. Raptor. FlameFlash. I am the Flame Flash. And this has been episode 119. Good night.